The WiiDS Podcast forums are currently hosted by Nintendo, a great Nintendo podcast for news and reviews, just like WiiDS.
Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of WiiDS for the 13th of January 2007. Not WiiDS, WiiDS. And no, it isn't a show about a hit US comedy involving a bunch of drug-dealing women broadcasting in the UK on Sky One. It's a show about the almighty gaming god Nintendo. I'm Ben.
I'm Manny.
And this is the best Nintendo podcast for news and reviews delivered straight to your hard drive.
Here are this week's top Nintendo news stories. Nintendo continued to raise its profit estimates. Wii Godfather gave his name. First quarter Virtual Console releases are announced. And Nintendo is the world's favourite brand. Nintendo of Japan recently raised its group profit outlook by 20% for the current fiscal year, thanks to sales of Wii and DS. The Japanese games giant hopes to earn 120 billion yen in profit, exceeding their previous estimate of 100 billion yen. Sales for the DS and DS Lite are expected to reach 23 million units. Wii sales forecasts reach 6 million consoles and 21 million units of software by the end of March. EA has announced that 2 new editions of The Godfather will be available in March, the Don's edition for PS3 and the Black Hand edition for Wii. The suffix implies that the Wii version will be different from both the PS3 edition and the versions available on current generation consoles released last year. New content will include 2 extra rival family compounds, additional contract killings, and new transportation hubs. A statement revealed that Wii gamers can use gestures with the Wiimote and Nunchuck to really beat down your opposition. Nintendo UK has claimed that 36 new games are expected to appear on the Virtual Console in Q1 of 2007. Downloads will include Mario Kart 64, Super Mario World, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Of the 36 classics, 20 will be for Nintendo systems, 7 from the TurboGrafx-16, and 9 Mega Drive titles. The company also reiterated that it will soon allow users on Nintendo Europe's website to trade loyalty stars for Wii points. And finally, Nintendo dominated a recently published list of the best-selling games franchises of all time, taking 4 positions in the top 10, including first and second place. Mario was named the world's best-selling franchise, shifting 193 million units since its creation, with Pokemon following close behind with a respectable 155 million. Elsewhere in the list, Donkey Kong settled comfortably in 7th place with 48 million sales, narrowly topping The Legend of Zelda, which boasted 47 million sales. And that's the news for this January 13th, 2007 edition of WiiDS. Back to the show.
Okay, thanks for that, James. Wow, I can't believe it, Manny. I don't know whether you've heard this or not, but The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is hitting the Virtual Console pretty soon.
Really?
Really, yeah.
How soon?
I don't know how soon, but well, within this year. So I don't know when exactly. I wasn't really listening to the news, but I heard it say Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Virtual Console. So yeah, sometime this year.
You can finally complete it then.
Finally, yeah. I don't know if I can be bothered with that water temple, though. It's a bloody bastard, that one, isn't it?
I really don't know if it'll be playable after you play Twilight.
Yeah, but it's still the nostalgia, and you know, I get what I'm saying.
Yeah, all the songs and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the place.
Yeah. So,
I mean, the actual Wii version was supposed to be, well, the GameCube version is mirrored. Well, the Wii version is mirrored, and it actually has the layout of the actual.
No, Manny, listen. What Manny's trying to say is, basically, on the GameCube, the map of Hyrule, like, is exactly the same as the N64 one, just a lot bigger. So you've still got your Kakariko village to the right.
You've got Lake Hylia to the left.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the Gerudo Fortress to the left as well. And the castle, like, right ahead.
Yeah. So, that's a little nostalgic thing. I don't know if many people actually noticed it, though, because it is pretty hard to...
No, yeah, and the Wii version, it's hard to really realise that and go, 1 minute, if you flip this round.
I am annoyed that...
It's quite smart.
I am annoyed that, Link was right-handed, and they're saying, because most people are right-handed, and that's clearly not the truth, because me and Manny are both left-handed, so I think they should have given the option whether you wanted it mirrored or not.
But I think that everyone used the analog stick in the left hand anyway.
Did you?
Yeah, I always use my analog... I mean, since when we started using analog sticks, like on the GameCube.
Well, yeah, so did I. I always use my analog stick in my left hand.
So when you played Zelda, did you use your analog stick in the left hand?
No, I used it in my right and put the Wiimote in my left hand.
How the hell did you do that?
How the hell? I learned. I spent like hours perfecting my right hand analog stick technique.
Wow, retard.
No, I can't aim with my right hand, so,
No, I guess so.
Yeah. So, announcements this week. The forums, wow, they're already really heating up, and we haven't even announced the URL officially on the podcast. I think if you went on the website, you would have seen the URL there, but at the end of the show, we'll announce it properly.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people emailing in.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Finally drummed into everyone. We still want more emails, but...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Manny. Our inbox, it's been heating up. At first, when we first sent out our plea to you to email us, we had about 8 emails. We've now had about 20-something. So, our plea definitely worked. But that's not saying we don't want more emails, because, there's still, 180 listeners who haven't emailed us. So, come on, email us. We're not going to buy it, we'll send you an email back and it's all good. We love hearing from you, so email us. Now, while you're listening to this, type it in. Yeah, okay. And finally, the forums, if you've already signed up on them and, you went on them yesterday or today, you may have noticed that they've been down, and that's because our kind host in Nintendcast, who we advertised at the start of the show, that's the deal. They host us for free as long as we advertise them, but yeah, they've run out of bandwidth, and they're currently working on getting some more, so they should be up within a few days. So nothing to worry about, just a small snag. They'll be up definitely by the end of the week, so yeah, good.
It's pretty nice of them.
Yeah, exactly, until we get our sense on our feet and, we get a bit of money under our shoes, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's that. That's all the announcements for this week.
Money under our shoes?
I don't know. Just not the right thing to say.
Under our belt, you mean?
Yeah, that's it, under our belt. Okay, so main discussion this week. Here we go. The Wii and its online capabilities, or basically Nintendo and the Wi-Fi aspect in general, but more based around the Wii. Going to be talking about stuff like, will they ever move the service to something like the Xbox 360s? What improvements could they make to the online service? And then after that, we're going to talk about the Wii channels a bit, and finally, the Virtual Console. So, first of all, will Nintendo ever move their online service to one like the Xbox 360s? So will they make it, huge, and nearly every game that comes out will have Wi-Fi capabilities and stuff like that?
I think at the moment, they're looking at what Microsoft are doing. Well, they should be looking at what Microsoft are doing and trying to do better, but at the moment it seems like they're not even learning from the 360's mistakes. Nor is Sony, they're not really integrating online. I heard that, alright, we've got this all integrated online Wii code thing, right? So, your Wii code is for your Wii, and you don't have, we thought you weren't going to have ones for individual games, but I was watching, I think it was GameSpot, and they were saying that in the Japanese version of Pokemon Revolution, Revolution Battle or something, that game, you have your own code in the game.
Well, that's
and you have to exchange that, so it's not even integrated.
That really, in Elebits, I think your Wii code is transferred through, but yeah.
I guess it's up to Nintendo. Nintendo want to add another layer of security.
No, but it's stupid. It's pathetic. It really, Alright, on the Xbox then, on the 360, how do you add people? How do you make friends?
Well, I think if I know your gamer tag, so if your name's BenWalker92, then I can just search you and add you.
Oh, so everyone has like a unique... So basically like email.
Yeah, or like MSN.
Yeah, why don't they do that? I mean, you still got the choice whether you want to accept the person. I mean, if it says Omega Pervert 367, I'm not going to add him. And, and if it says Manish Patel, then obviously I am, because I know it's Manny. I'm sure they could do something like that. But
the funny thing is that Nintendo is really tiptoeing around in this subject, but Microsoft have already been done for. Do you remember MSN Chat?
What's that? What do you mean?
They had this. They had chat rooms online.
Oh,
so it's like MSN, but it was open.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They used to have those online, and people used to chat on them, and bad stuff happened, and they decided to. It got shut down.
Oh, right.
And you'd think they would be more more cautious, but they're being less cautious.
Yeah, well, I think all Microsoft's interested in is getting as many customers and money. I mean, it's all about money, isn't it? That's what it comes down to in the end. So.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, so are we saying that they're not going to switch it to... Well, not switch it, but sort of move into that sort of thing with the less safety-wise, more multiplayer action sort of thing? Or do you think they're always going to stick with the friend codes and all that jazz?
It depends how what happens, how this fan base carries on. Because if it's just non-gamers, then a lot of people that are just buying the Wii and playing Wii Sports, and they don't really want to play anything else.
Yeah.
It's the hardcore that are keeping the console going.
I mean,
and just making money for Nintendo.
And I think the thing with the Wii is online multiplayer doesn't really matter, because the Wii is all about getting people together to play, and you know what I'm saying.
The way I see it is, it's a bit like the PlayStation. You had the PlayStation 1, right? It did all this stuff to please developers. Cheap development costs, good audio, a control interface that was recognizable, not like the N64. Because let's face it, the PlayStation controller is practically a SNES pad with a few extra stuff added on.
Yeah.
Right. So the user base got a bit mainstream, and then the PS2 it went another level and went even more mainstream and more almost non-gamer, if you get what I mean, like iToy and stuff.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And especially towards the end of its life. And now those people are not ready to jump onto the next console. They're not ready to buy a PlayStation 3 because this is the first console they've ever bought. So they see, why do I have to buy another console if this looks good and I'm having fun now? So will that happen with the Wii as well? Will they decide not to buy Nintendo's next console?
Oh, you mean after the Wii? Yeah. That's actually a good point, because I get what you're saying, Manny. Yeah, that's quite a good little thought there. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking, but
it's because they're not hardcore. We're used to buying loads of systems. Like when a new revision of a system comes out, we will jump on it.
I've got an example.
We live for that. We love
it. Let's just say we're talking about DVD that's out at the moment. When the DVD first came out, not everyone bought a DVD player. People were still sticking with the VHS because they know it works, and this DVD thing was expensive, and they didn't. People didn't. Well, I'm not saying they didn't think it didn't work, but it just seemed a bit alien to them. And then they're coming out with this Blu-ray and HD DVD, and I know that's not as big a leap, but it's still the fact that you've got to buy a new machine and you've got to buy all new discs, and I suppose it's that sort of.
The thing that's really strange is that they've been pushing. They're trying to push HD and they're trying to push Blu-ray, but they've just recently announced. Microsoft has just announced internet. TV IP. If that makes sense.
What's that?
It's TV, but it's streamed through the internet. So you can download movies off the internet. You can watch TV through your 360.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
It's like a digital box.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
And it's got a 120 gigabyte hard drive or something to store everything on. So why the hell do we need DVDs if we're just going to download them off the internet?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We don't need a physical medium anymore.
No.
And they're trying to push this physical medium just so that they can, I don't know, make even more money and take us for a ride, basically.
I'm going to admit this now. Unless it's something that I've been collecting, like the Harry Potter DVDs or something like that, I'll just download my movie, torrent it, because what's the point in like going out to the shop and buying it if you can just get it for free? But I mean, even if it was just like £3 or something, I'd still just download it. If you get what I'm saying, I don't see the point in going out and buying.
Yeah, I know, it's convenience.
Yeah, exactly.
Really,
yeah.
I mean, people say, "Oh yeah, you got to buy it because they made it," and blah 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 blah. But if you can get it free, people are going to get it free.
Well, most people
They need
are.
to-
Some people are still all against the idea, but
Some people are, but just being stupid, really, because the whole world is doing it.
which, yeah,
I mean, Microsoft is losing money on all their software at the moment. That's why they're bringing out they keep bringing out other platforms, because everyone keeps copying their operating system, like XP. XP is just making their money now.
yeah. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought for some reason, but yeah, let's.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think Nintendo will go the way of Xbox Live till maybe another generation.
Yeah,
I mean, they said they were going online with the N64, if you remember.
Really?
With the DD. With the DD. Do you know what the DD is?
disk drive.
Yeah, it was a drive underneath that goes under N64, and that was supposed to bring it online. It had a 56k telephone jack,
And oh my god, no, that's just a stupid idea.
and it didn't happen. But Nintendo, like, they're always ready, just in case,
Yeah,
just in case.
but
And I think they're taking this console online in a different way, with the weather, the internet browser, different to how Microsoft and Sony are taking theirs online.
they're just bothered about like multiplayer.
Online gaming, yeah, might fair.
And I'm sorry, but I don't see how. Once people have played a Wii, they can go back to. I'm sure the whole multiplayer and stuff is good on the Xbox, but you just wish it was a Wii controller, because like first-person shooters, it's just terrible to play. Once you've played the Wii, I don't.
Yeah, I was playing Gears of War and I was like, I want a Wii, man.
And then there's people who like probably do the exact same thing if they map the map out in their mind, they know exactly where to go, exactly what spawns to get, and they'll do it like it's some kind of production line. They'll just go.
It's like a ritual.
Yeah, left 2 steps, forward 3 steps, grab the sniper,
Yeah.
go up there, and it just takes the fun away from it. They're bothered. It's like John Locke, innit? All they're bothered about is getting kills and owning, and it's just pathetic.
Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. Exactly.
It's supposed to be fun, and they just take the fun out of it.
Yeah, it's like when Metro came out for the DS, everyone was terrible at first, and then gradually, as time went on, people started getting better, and some people didn't, like me. And then eventually I just packed in. I sold the game because I just couldn't keep up with everyone else, and I couldn't play it. I just kept getting like sniped out every 5 seconds, and it was boring.
That's the thing. They keep saying like online gaming is the future, online gaming is the future. But I mean, we've got online games on the DS. I mean, I'm sure, Ben, you play single player games more than you play online games.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Not because it's hard to get online, not because it's, you haven't got people to play with, but just because it's just not compelling as a single player story.
I mean, fair enough. The only online games I really do enjoy are MMOs, like massively multiplayer online RPGs, because they haven't got a point to them, have they? It's still just leveling up for no reason, but you make friends on there, and it's not all about killing each other. There's cooperative, and it's.
Yeah, that kind of game has potential, like Animal Crossing and the new Sims game that EA are bringing to the Wii.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing is like, it's long lasting. Yeah.
Wow, we're actually doing good for discussion this week. Quite surprised, but yeah. So let's just say that Nintendo are gonna, for the Wii anyway, keep with their friend code system and all that. What improvements could they make to it? Just in general, I mean, any user improvements to make it easier, because yes.
They make it like, they need to make it easier. If they do like, we can all talk to each other and stuff, they need to make it easier for us to contact each other. Like what I said with the Me channel, where they should have, like, you said they should make a little phone booth or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
And they could go in there and talk. Or even if we could have instant chat, that would be enough.
What do you mean, like I am?
If we could just type to each other, yeah, like I am. Like, we do stuff on the notice board and we pass each other messages. Why can't we do that in real time?
Because the Wii Connect, because if you've noticed, I mean, when you send a message, it doesn't get to someone straight away, and I don't think the servers that Nintendo have got are up to that, or are they? I don't know.
Well, they must be. If you can go on, I mean, I went into MySpace and I posted a comment and it went straight away.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So they can easily do it with the Wii. They're holding back because they don't want controversy around their console. Even this wrist strap thing showed it, because they did replacements. They didn't have to do that. They really didn't.
I think, yeah, like, let's just say Nintendo bring out a sort of voice over IP service for the Me channel, and they make it so that you can add people, just like MSN email sort of thing. You can add anyone whose name you know, and then one day they get this paedophile and there's a big news story, and Nintendo gets sued for millions, and they don't want that. They're not taking the risk, are they? They don't want to.
No, because if that happens to Nintendo get hurt. If it happens to Sony or Microsoft, they don't get hurt.
Yeah,
they're too big.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nintendo is still a small company. It has a lot of money, but it's still a small company compared to these, entertainment worldwide giants that are Microsoft and Sony. I mean, Apple are trying to get into the game. You've seen the iPhone. And they're doing their Internet Protocol TV as well, so they're moving into another space. So I think everyone's got to watch out. Everyone's being a bit wary of Apple, I think, because no one knows what they're going to do next.
Yeah, speaking of that, Apple have patented multi-touch technology or whatever, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, but there must be a way around it, because there's a way around the normal touchscreen.
No, but the touchscreen is just a touchscreen. I don't see how they can patent multi-touch, because that sounds a bit ridiculous, really. I mean, it's just multi-touch. It's not really anything amazing. It's not like the Mac design, where everything's nice and pearly white. I'm sure they've sort of patented that, but it's just a touchscreen that you can touch.
But it allows you to manipulate two objects on one screen, which you couldn't do before. So if you get your DS...
Well, you can't even do that on a computer.
If you put one stylus down and then put another stylus down, whatever you're trying to drag, it kind of gets confused and kind of zigzags and doesn't know which stylus to go to.
Yeah.
Which point of access.
No, but you can't even touch two things at once on a computer, Manny, so what's the point in...
I don't know how you're going to do it with an iPhone. You've got it in your hand, you've got one thumb. How many thumbs do you have?
2.
1. No, in one hand.
Well, you hold it in one hand, use your thumb, and
use your finger or something. That's going to be weird. I mean, with a phone, I just want to use one hand, my thumb. That's it.
I don't want to text him, but for everything else, yeah.
Yeah, don't need to.
But
yeah, anyway,
I don't think the iPhone. We shouldn't really be talking about this, but I don't think the iPhone is. I don't think it's a phone. It's more of a PDA, an advanced PDA.
It's a convergence device. That's what we're seeing more and more of. As we go into the future, all we're going to see is this, and this bolted together. That makes this, and it's more expensive because it does all those things all in one, but doesn't do any of them really that great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jack of all trades, master of none.
That's the one.
Yeah, like Nintendo trying not to do that. You can tell. They're doing little things, little manageable things. Sony and Microsoft are going on some craziness. I mean, they've got 3.2 gigahertz cores in the 360. The Wii is 475 megahertz. That's less than a gigahertz.
That's funny. That's
yeah.
Well, that's like 3,000 megahertz in the PS3 or whatever, and
yeah, in the PS3 I think they've got 7 cores or something. Something like that.
Ridiculous. I'm sorry, that's just...
It is insane.
No, but everyone's everyone's deeming it as the powerfulest computer ever, but it's not a computer. It's a games console that plays music and video. And it's got an internet, but it hasn't got the Wii, it's got a pointer, it's got a mouse in a way. How can you navigate? I don't see that. Oh, no. Like,
for instance, that Wii'Cade thing. That can't be done on any other console apart from
exactly, yeah.
the Wii.
Yeah, it's like...
We were playing that game, we loved it, didn't we, man?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it later in our new online section.
So much fun.
Yeah, no, but we need to be... Well, we don't need to be moving on, but let's move on anyway. So we've talked about the online features or improvements and shit like that about the online service of the Wii. So how about the Wii channels? What Wii channels could we see in the future? Do we think?
I've heard a lot of people saying that they should do a music channel.
But that completely contradicts what Nintendo was saying, doesn't it? About...
It does, but Nintendo contradicted themselves already when they told us that this was all about the games. Games.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get our Wiis, and there's all this other stuff. The weather channel. I mean, that day when we found out about the weather channel, the photo channel, that was insane. We were that one step closer to having something that is like a PS3, but cheap.
Yeah,
It had little things that Sony and Microsoft are doing.
I think Nintendo should definitely do it. Make a music channel, make a video channel, but they're only going to be like likely to more flaming and stuff by all the fans. But I don't think they really care. If they make that music channel, that video channel, they're going to get so much more like backing from the people who only care about how much stuff it's got on it. You know, like the PS3's got all this extra crap that you don't need in it.
Yeah, imagine like in the future they could advertise it and say it has like 15 channels of this, and this. And everyone would be like, whoa. It's like QuickTime.
No.
Is it QuickTime or Real Player? One of the two. There's like all these little channels that you can click on.
I think it's Real Player, yeah.
Yeah, Real Player. It's a bit like that. Real Player has some like really ones that you really don't need.
But yeah.
They could have a movie channel, a media channel, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's like the next question. Do you think Nintendo will ever do media channels, which we've kind of already talked about? But yeah, just upgrade the photos channel to a full media channel. So, like, you open it and then it says audio, video, images, and then you click on, say, audio, and then it comes up with all the files that are on the SD card. And I think later on they should sort of upgrade the Wii model so you can, like, buy hard drives sort of thing, maybe. No, maybe not. I don't know.
They could have a future channel, which you click on, and then it has, like... Wait, sorry, my PC went a bit AWOL. Yeah, it has like trailers of upcoming games and stuff.
Oh, and
they get downloaded onto your Wii.
That would be very cool.
It might take a lot of memory, but
no, you wouldn't download them. You just stream them. You just go in and
stream them, yeah.
Yeah, future. That's cool. That's very cool.
I mean, it's stupid. I mean, we talked about this before, like, off podcast, but it's stupid that it has to connect to the internet, even though it's connected already.
Yeah, like when you open up...
What is that about? Yeah, it's not dial-up.
You open up the internet channel, and then it comes up with Wii, Ultra-powered, and it's like, well, no, why is it coming up with this? Maybe it's just loading the internet channel and all the favourites and stuff, but it still takes, like, a minute, or not a minute, 30 seconds probably. And it's just, no, I don't want to watch this, I want to get on the internet channel. It's kind of annoying. Especially if you just want to go on for something really trivial, like just to quickly check something. And you just think... Yeah,
I would rather have maybe a little bit longer startup of the Wii itself.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And have a little animation or something. I like the GameCube animation.
Yeah, like we could have the Wii animation, like with the playing tennis and stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if they can integrate that in later.
I'm sure they can. I mean, that's like really easy to do, surely. They could do that without even having to install an update. You just sends it overnight. But
yeah, there was an article on IGN about, well, not an article, in the forum. Someone was posting the specs of the Wii, and they were comparing them. And apparently, like, the Wii still hasn't used most of its power.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it's because it's as powerful as it's more powerful than the Xbox, and we're seeing stuff that is maybe just Xbox.
You mean graphics?
And they're saying it's more. Graphics-wise and processor speed-wise.
Oh, okay.
And do you remember when they talked to who is it? Who makes the chip? ATI, is it? ATI said that they've only touched it's only the tip of the iceberg what you're seeing on the Wii at the moment. Do you remember?
Which is good because I'm not saying I'm a graphics whore, but I am kind of disappointed with especially with what Component does. It makes it sharper and stuff, but it's not like. It's not amazing. I mean, I went on Red Steel, and it's practically the same as Composite is. And
yeah, the most thing I'm impressed with the components is the internet channel, because I can actually use it properly now. Before it was like so blurry. Now it's like almost like my PC.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's good about that.
So, yeah.
Would you say it's worth it to get components for listeners?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, some games like we're going to talk about it in a bit. Warioware, that looks absolutely stunning with component, but
wow, it does.
Like everything's so sharp and stuff. But some games, I'm going to say Zelda, although there's more detail, it does look bitty, doesn't it, Manny?
Yeah, you don't need component cables for Zelda at all.
No, but
I don't know why everyone on the net, when they have comparisons of component versus composite, they show Zelda. That's the most retarded game to show.
Yeah, exactly.
One, it's a GameCube game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? It's not HD anyway.
It doesn't even say on the back, enhanced definition, high definition compatible. Like, all the rest of the Wii games do that we've seen. Like WarioWare does on the back, Red Steel does. I might actually try.
Does it? Oh yeah, it says 50 to 60 Hz modes support. Oh yeah, EDHD TV compatible.
Yeah, there you go.
Wii Sports isn't, but Wii Sports looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Like the court looks amazing in tennis. Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't notice Zelda wasn't. That's weird.
Well, it's 'cause it's a GameCube game, isn't it? But okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
So finally, the Virtual Console. Do you think that any other games besides the retro ones will eventually start to be making an appearance on the VC? So like custom developers games who aren't like big enough to manufacture properly, sort of thing.
Yeah, they said they were going to do that. You mean virtual console games made by like
small time
companies, or parts of, or just like a group of people. Like I think Matt Casamassina and Boson from IGN, they were saying they were going to make a game, and they're in the like planning stages. So Nintendo might have it coming soon, but I'm not sure. I think it'll be a year till we start seeing stuff like that.
Oh yeah, but this is what I was on the internet and I saw a 2D Ocarina of Time, all done in Link to the Past graphics.
Oh wow, yeah, I've seen that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Although it's probably vaporware, it's never going to actually see the light of day. This is the kind of thing that we want to start seeing on the VC.
No, it is, Ben.
No, it is. It's been around.
It is going to see the light of day.
No,
it has been around for a while, but they said they're nearing completion.
Oh no, it's been around for about 3 years with the same screenshots that have never, they've never shown any new ones. They've never shown any footage of it in play. So, I don't think so.
No, I think there is new screenshots.
Well, whatever.
I'm pretty sure
I'm just saying this is the kind of thing we want to see on the Virtual Console. Like old games being redone or. Because people would buy that. I mean, I think everyone who played Ocarina would buy the 2D one. And plus, you could just map it to the Virtual Console controller. It wouldn't be difficult to set up, would it? Really?
No, but I think Nintendo should have some kind of games that are free on there as well, on the Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Just like that Tactical Assassin game.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a bit, but the Wii'Cade, that's like... That's what the Virtual Console should be like, really, in my opinion. Like, Flash games, I mean, what's wrong with Flash? There's nothing wrong with it, I mean...
No, it works well, and... Yeah, you can zoom in and stuff, and...
Yeah, but, listen, cool. Let's just say Nintendo do allow... Because that's the thing, will they, make it, you have to send in all your, game... sort of software into Nintendo and then they'll publish it, or do you think they'll send out a program that you can buy for God knows how much money and then you can upload your own stuff to the Virtual Console without it being...
No, I can't see Nintendo doing it that way.
Then how will it work? Because let's just say me and you, Manny, got together and we're amazing game programmers, we make a game, we then have to send it to Nintendo, and let's just say it was like Resident Evil, proper gory and everything, and Nintendo like, oh no, we can't have this on our Virtual Console, it's... Yeah,
it'd have to be validated, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, I think Live Arcade works like that. They send it to Microsoft. Microsoft tell them, whether they want them to go ahead of it, and they fund them. They give them money.
All right, cool.
To do it, because they also give them compression tech, so they can compress it. Because they only have a certain file size limit that they're allowed to have on arcade games.
Right.
Yeah. But they're also starting this community arcade thing, which is also like what you're trying to talk about, which is where it's basically they said it's YouTube for games.
Well, that sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome, but it could be crap at the same time because half the stuff on YouTube is crap, right?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah. So there you go. And with games, it's harder to tell. I mean, on that Wiicade, we were clicking on some games where they're terrible.
But that's what. Right. We'll talk about it later. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's about it for our main discussion. Is it this week at Manny, or got anything else to discuss? Or
Yeah, but send in your opinions on what we're saying.
yeah, exactly.
And any opinions you have.
Basically, we don't care if you emailed us last week. Email us again with your thoughts on this show. And we will.
Yeah, I think you should email us about the topic that we just talked about, and then we can read your emails out next week.
And we can also think, well, if you didn't like we were going off topic, or you think it was too formal or whatever, just suggestions, anything, and we'll definitely take them into account. So yeah, right, okay. Now we've got our Wii View as promised. We've got a Warioware Smooth Moves Wii View, whatever you want to call it, and basically it's going to be me doing the review, and then at the end, Manny is going to ask some questions, and then we've got an email that relates to the review. Okay, so here we go. Now, first of all, this is easily the best WarioWare title yet. It easily succeeds its DS counterpart, and wipes the floor with the original GBA GameCube releases. I haven't played Twisted yet, but I'm sure it'll do the same to that too. Smooth Moves has some of the strangest, funniest marker games to date, such as helping a man drink a glass of juice to help him grow an afro, to performing a fully fledged dance using the Wiimote. This game definitely gets you moving, and this isn't a bad thing. I was playing it last night, and after 1 hour, I was really tired out, but it was good exercise. One thing that's different about this game is the fact that you have to master over 15 unique poses. These range from the basic remote control pose to rather strange ones, such as the elephant or the mohawk. If it's your first time at using this pose, you'll get a tutorial explaining where and how to hold the Wiimote. Now, Smooth Moves really does look wonderful. The animation is smooth, colourful, and looks absolutely amazing with component cables. Basically, it's just great fun to play. However, there are, if only a few, some bad points. The main game is incredibly short. I only got it yesterday, and I've already completed the main story, with just 3 places left to unlock. Also, the toys, which have featured in every WarioWare game so far, have not made an appearance. Well, they have, but there are only 6 to unlock. Compare that with the usual 100 plus, and you can see that they have definitely been narrowed down. However, the 6 that are there to play are extremely fun, and you can always go back and try to beat your high score. And finally, the multiplayer option is not available until you complete the main story, which, although not taking long to do, is still kind of annoying. As soon as I started up the game, I wanted to have a face-off against my dad, but I wasn't able to until I had finished the story. I didn't realise it was so short, but with that said, here are some final ratings. We can talk about it more after. Graphics, 9. They're sharp, colourful, and fit perfectly with the game's mood. Sound, 9. Again, it fits perfectly with the game, mixed in light, bouncy tunes with the hype and speed of the WarioWare titles. Gameplay, 10. This is where the game succeeds tremendously. It's just the kind of thing the Wii needs, uncomplicated fun. Replayability, 8. Although the main story is easily completable in 3 to 4 hours, or less, if you work at it, the marker games are so fun, you'll keep coming back for more. Also, if you ever have a party or friends around, this will be the game that you get out to play. 12 players with just one Wiimote? Hell yeah. Hold on, let me just turn over my page. Stupid cheat. Okay. And my final score is 85%. Brilliant. Okay. What do you reckon, Manny? Do you agree with what I said?
Well, I haven't played it yet, but
You have.
From what you said, it sounds well. I haven't played it as in completed it.
No, you've played the first 2.
Thank you. Yeah, I played the first 2, and yeah, it was lots of fun. I mean, you might have heard me say on this podcast before that I wasn't really. I like WarioWare, but this was one I wasn't gonna get
Why?
because I had so much WarioWare,
Oh, right, yeah.
and I know it's different each time and stuff, but I thought that paying 40 quid for this wasn't gonna be worth it.
It was 35.
Yeah, I got it for 35. Yeah, I know.
Everyone
I know.
did. The price
Listen
went
to me. Wait, I was about to say it. Yes. All right. Yeah, we got it for 35 quid, and I started playing it, and I actually had fun. I haven't picked up my Wiimote for a while. I mean, I played Wii Sports the other day, but not on my own, really. And even on my own, it was fun. Just just doing all the action is just hilarious, and the story's funny, and like, I never used to like the story. I always, on the DS version, the Game Boy versions, whenever there was that little story thing, I just, and just switch off. I never used to care. But this one, you're right, I think you said it was like Elite Beat Agents, right?
Oh yeah, I said that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. It reminded me of that. And they're really well done. They're better than they've done it before. And, the way they introduce each action to you can explain that if you want, Ben.
Well, yeah, like I said, there's like a tutorial, but it's not just it's not like, yeah, here's this, and you do it like this. It's got, just like just like the game, it's quirky and funny. Like, for example, the Mohawk one, it's like, well, at first it tells you how to do it. Place the form button, which is the Wiimote, on your head, and make sure it's pointing towards the screen, and then it'll have like a quirky.
The whole screen goes black and white, and it's like it's been painted on the screen, like a woman or a person holding the Wiimote, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then a voiceover comes, and it says.
When I first heard that, I thought it was Microsoft Sam, because it sounded so much. Seriously,
it did.
It's like place the form.
Mega.
Yeah. But you can obviously hear that we like it. However, one listener didn't agree with us, and this is what he said. He said, "Just been playing WarioWare Smooth Moves, and I'm going to be bold and say I don't really like it. It's not that it's bad. I mean, it's WarioWare, which rocks. But that's the point. It's another WarioWare, and I've now officially played enough of it. I thought the Wii control system would be good enough to make it exciting, but it isn't. I'm going to play it through just because I want to check out all the games. And no, I'm not bashing the Wii because I love it. You know what? This game should have been a budget game like the GameCube version. I'm sure if you're someone who hasn't played the others in the series, then you're going to have loads of fun. But for me, not so much. Also, I think that the game is better suited to the handhelds. What do you guys think?" Matt Page from Sutton. Well, you've already heard our views on it, but I definitely don't agree with what you're saying about the Wii control system, because for me, that's what makes it the best WarioWare game ever. More than anything, it's just, I think it's the best part about it. So, I disagree with that, but I do think it should have been £30 at least. It's not long enough. It's not, exactly. It's not long enough to be 35 or even 40. Yeah. I
don't agree with it only being good for handhelds.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, not now.
I was seeing it on the big screen, and it looks so good on the big screen.
Yeah.
And everyone can see it. My mum came in and she was like, "What are you playing?" And there was like cheerleaders on the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, nothing.
And that's another thing. Like we were saying in our preview last time, was it going to be was it not shorter, more difficult to play because of the actions you have to change every time? That is definitely not so much difficult, but it makes that 3 seconds in between each game. You've got something to do, and you've got to think, oh, which one do I have to do for that? And if you're not looking, then you obviously can't play the game because you don't know which stance to take. So, definitely, the stance changing is good. It's good for it.
Yeah, and if anything, I mean, they can just improve upon this now, right? Like the next WarioWare.
I'm sure. No, I'm going to bet loads that there's going to be another WarioWare for the Wii, definitely, before its time's over.
I'm gonna double that. I'm gonna say that there's gonna be a WarioWare game, and it's gonna come with either a peripheral or an extra Wiimote.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna stick my neck out.
And didn't we say, Manny, that WarioWare Twister should be on the Wii?
Yeah, totally on the virtual console.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was playing through the retro ones, 9-volt, 18-volt games, and there's like a Twisted game. There's a Game Boy Advance on the screen, and then you've got it, and you basically have to do exactly what you would do on Twisted, and it's like, whoa. So I think they should do that, but they won't, because it's just for the home consoles, not for the handhelds. But yeah, that's that. So,
I was about to say something, I forgot now.
Oh dear.
Made me forget.
Basically, pick up this game, because it's just something that'll get everyone playing the Wii. I mean, the one thing my dad says, it looks a bit weird. I mean, how come everything's so weird? I mean, because it is a weird game, but it definitely gets everyone. It's funny as well. It's just funny to play, especially if you've got a friend there. So yeah.
Yeah, I can see multiplayer being a total blast with this game.
Oh, it is definitely, yeah.
Was there different colour covers? Because mine was yellow.
No, they changed it from pink to yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The GameCube one was yellow as well.
Maybe that's why they did it.
Maybe.
Right, okay. Update section. We've actually got an update for this week. It wasn't well, there's actually two. The first one wasn't a, download update, it was just a sneaky one. And the music on the Forecast channel, in case you didn't notice, is changed. It's like, when you actually enter it, when you actually go into it, it's more like a guitar. I'm just going to turn it on, actually. I don't really be able to hear this, but I just need to...
I want to have a look.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you turn it on, I'll listen to it on yours.
Okay. I don't know whether they'll be able to hear it, though, Manny. God. Oh, have I turned the Wii on? I haven't even turned the Wii on, people. How clever.
So the music has completely changed, Ben?
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's completely changed. It's a new tune. Okay. Here we go. Press A to continue. Here we go. Can you hear that?
Turn it up a little bit.
Okay, I'm turning it up. Here we go. Oh, it's tense. Okay. Stupid pointer. Can you hear that?
A little bit. Can you turn it up louder?
No, because it's loud.
Okay. Yeah, it's different.
It's completely different.
It's the same tune, but they've used a different...
It's not. It's not
play
even the same tune, man. I'm telling you. It's like... Down, down, down. It's like Animal Crossing.
Is that just on the normal photo channel?
Photo? I'm on about Forecast here.
Or the Forecast channel?
Yeah.
I've heard that music before. Where have I heard that
I said
before?
it's like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Bollocks, I didn't want to turn it on again. Right, so yeah, that's the first update. The second one is only available to European gamers, and it's we don't actually know what it does, but it's an update you've got to go and download. So if you haven't done it already, go download it. And so far, I don't think we've got any idea what it does, have we? Manny, have you got any ideas?
No, I'm just going to have a look on the net, because I think someone said something about it. I'll just have a look.
Okay, you be doing that while I introduce our next section. So, they're the updates for this week. Go download them, go check them out. Yeah, and that's that. Okay. The online section. This is our brand new segment, section, whatever, for this, whatever. Shut up, Ben. What are you saying? And this is a new section where we discuss the whole Nintendo Online scene, from the latest blockbuster Wi-Fi games to the Wii'cade and beyond. Each week we'll give you a review of a select Wii'cade game, as well as discuss any online news in general. Thanks to Alex Procter for this idea. So, Alex Procter from, I think he lives in Japan, if I'm correct. He's English though, he lives in Japan. Okay. Thanks for this idea, Alex. Okay. So, Manny, are you ready for the review of our weekly Wii'cade playtest?
Yeah.
Okay, so this Wii'cade playtest is Tactical Assassin. And it's on the homepage. You can easily access it. It's at the bottom in the top games. It's the second one across. And basically, it's like a sniper game, isn't it? And it's really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a bit like if you've ever played the game Silent Scope on the Dreamcast or the PS2.
No, but yeah, I have. Yeah, I have actually. Sorry.
Well, basically, you just control just the scope. It's like on Red Steel when you have a sniper rifle. It's actually just like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is actually. Okay. First of all, the graphics on it. We'll talk about each point. I've given the graphics a 6 because they're simple, but they do the job, and also the blood is very satisfying. But they're nothing amazing. Like just stickmen and simple drawn out areas. But yeah, it's very good. What do you recommend to the graphics?
Yeah, the same, I think, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a nice style they got going.
And also the physics. I know this might sound stupid, but the physics are actually... Like when you shoot someone in the head, they...
The animation, you mean? There's no physics.
That's what I mean, the animation, yeah, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and or if they're against a wall, you shoot them, they'll go against the wall, stuff like that.
Or you can shoot them in the arm and they you think you killed them and blood comes out of them. And they kind of fall a little bit, and then they get up, and they run away. And you have to quickly follow their head with the sniper sight and shoot them in the head.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so satisfying to kill someone in that game, though.
Yeah, because I think, this is like why we need actual like Wii games like this, because you can have the gunshot firing at your Wiimote, and that gunshot is satisfying. I'm sorry, but when you shoot someone and it goes fucking bang, doesn't it? And it's really is. And then you've got the blood like pouring out of the head if you shot them in the head.
One thing that surprised me, the music is really good.
Yeah,
it's like Metal Gear Solid. It reminded me
scene
of
setting sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like really mysterious.
That's actually what we're going to move on to. The sound, I've given it an 8 because it's rather simple, but sets the mood. And the sniper rifle's gunshot is always pleasing to the ears. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sniper rifle gunshot is very good. It like echoes.
Yeah, it's loud though, isn't it?
It's
I
like
mean, when I played it on my screen, it's like really.
It's like and the reload sound.
Yeah,
it's good sound design for a game like that.
I
think without those good sounds, the game would have like considerably been less enjoyable. I think it's very important to have the sound in that game.
Yeah. So gameplay, I've given this a 10 because obviously this is where the game is really good. It plays like a dream on the Wii, extremely accurate. That's what I've put, I think.
Yeah, it plays really good, but I've got one minor niggle. I'll give it a 9 because sometimes you shoot and it doesn't shoot the person you're trying to kill.
But that's not the Wii. That's not the Wii's fault. That's the game. That's just like the game mucking up.
But we're reviewing the game, or we're reviewing the functionality of the Wii.
Both.
You have to ask yourself that question. Okay, well, if we're basing it on the actual game, did you play it on the PC?
I played it on both. Obviously, it's easier on the PC because the mouse is a lot more accurate and a lot faster to shoot. But yeah,
probably less enjoyable and not as immersive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, replayability. I've given it a 6 because while it's fun to pick up and play, it can get repetitive, and there are only 2 chapters, which consist of like 5 levels each, and the levels are really simple, easy to do, most of the time anyway. So it's short but sweet while it lasts.
Yeah, I haven't really replayed it, so I can't give it a replayable value.
Oh, okay. Well, that's our Wiicade playtest. Again, thanks to Alex Procter for suggesting this. I think it's a good segment.
Yeah, we'll go out and have a look at it and have a play and just email us, tell us what you think.
Yeah. And also, Tom was going to talk about this, but seeing as Tom didn't arrive in time, I'm going to give it anyway. The website of the week is therevolutionlifestyle.com. Go check that out. It's just like a blog for the latest Nintendo news. Always good to have one of those on your live bookmarks. So yeah. Moving on to fan mail. Wow. Okay. We've had quite a few fan mails. Well, we've had tons, and I haven't put them all in one episode because that would be a bit stupid, but yeah. So, first fan mail is from Zach F. from the USA, and he says, "Hey guys, you got a great podcast. I got my Wii from eBay for Christmas, but it hasn't arrived yet. Well, you shouldn't buy stuff off eBay. It's very stupid, especially when it's something as big and as valuable as a Wii. But yeah. I don't like the way you tend to toss around the Halo name, but I admit that you have a few valid points. I'm a huge fan, and I still play Halo 2 on my Xbox from time to time. It only makes me wish the Halo series could come to the Wii. I'm surprised a homebrew version of the PC game hasn't come around for the Wii yet. Hope to hear more great discussion in future shows." Manny, do you agree with him about tossing around the Halo name, or?
I think it's completely overhyped.
Yeah.
It's not the be-all and end-all of games that people make it to be. I'm not saying this as a fanboy of Nintendo or anything, because I've played Halo 1. I've played through all of Halo 1, all of Halo 2. Halo 1 is a better game.
No, but yeah, I don't like the single player at all. I'm talking about the multiplayer.
No, I don't, but in terms of what's better, and people say Halo 2 is better, but Halo 1 is I think Halo 2 they thought it was better because of the Xbox Live experience. The Halo 1 was lacking. But the actual gameplay is like 30 seconds of enjoyment, just recycled for about 7.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it in a nutshell.
And again, like, I don't know how people can play an Xbox, like play first-person shooters once they've played the Wii. I mean, I just can't do the 2 analog stick thing anymore. I know that sounds weird, but I just can't. I struggle to.
Yeah, I tried to play Time Splitters on my GameCube, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so slow to like aim and move, and I actually pulled my hand away from my GameCube controller, like I had a nunchuck in my hand.
Yeah.
It's funny. And I remember when I put a GameCube game and I tried to play it with the Wii. Wii Man.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Wind Waker,
oh, yeah,
do you
I remember. Yeah, so that's that.
Oh, I found the update. It's not really big.
Oh yeah, what's it do?
Basically, the two specific tweaks were the Weather Channel now says that it needs Wii Connect 24/7. It needs Connect 24/7 after someone only disabled standby internet, which I don't know what that means. And it says the video output stays on RGB cables in orange mode. This means that any other signals on the video channels on the TV are suppressed. So it's not a big update at all. But I don't know why it had like a big 2.1 update for it.
Well, I suppose if they're updating it, they've got to give it an update number. They can't just, update it without.
I guess so, yeah. Maybe for specific console stuff, yeah.
Okay, second fan mail is from Will F. Don't know where you're from, and Will F isn't really... it could be Will Fucker, couldn't it? I mean, Okay, he says, hey Weeds, do you know when Super Mario Galaxy is coming out, and could you talk about it more on the show? Well, speaking of that, we're going to have a full main discussion on Super Mario Galaxy next week, so be looking forward to that, Will F. It's all good.
Oh, I know this is a bit late, but about the Halo thing.
Yeah.
Just to tell readers that there actually was a Halo DS.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
And it was actually pretty much done, complete. And Matt Cass, from IGN, actually played it.
It looked amazing.
And he's trying to get someone to pick it up and release it.
Yeah. I mean,
it was made in the time when people weren't sure whether the DS was going to fly or whether the PSP was going to fly.
And the DS clearly has.
Yeah, so it depends. I'm not sure if Microsoft will bring it. Well, they own Rare, don't they? And they're bringing Diddy Kong Racing to the DS.
Thing is, I think that what should happen is Microsoft and all their powerful consoles and stuff should band together with Nintendo. Nintendo have got the innovation and all that. Microsoft have got all the multiplayer and the online and the graphics, and they should band together and say fuck you Sony, and then it'll all be good. That's what I think should happen.
Yeah, but Nintendo will never do that. They're a very proud company, as you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They would never do anything like that. Just like I'm sure Apple wouldn't get bought out by any other company.
But anyway, moving on. Don't want to rattle. Yeah. Diego Hernandez de la Rocha says, hi there, I listen to your podcast and I love it. I got my Wii from Japan on the launch day and I'm so happy with it. My name is Diego, and right now I'm in Thailand on holiday. I was listening to your podcast yesterday, and I heard about the boy who got electrocuted whilst unplugging his Game Boy. I got so freaked out, imagining myself having an electric shock. Anyway guys, keep up the good work, see ya. Well, that's just unfortunate. I mean, listening to that story while you're in Thailand, I'd be a bit scared, wouldn't you, Manny?
Yeah, I would be.
Definitely. And finally, another email from Matt Page from Sutton in England. And he says, hey guys, just listening to episode 4 at the moment and it's great. Been thinking about how well other sports games are going to work on the Wii, like football, Arsenal footwear, ice hockey, etc. How awesome would ice hockey be, using the nunchuck to control your player's movement, and the Wiimote for your shots, passes and body checks? A similar kind of system could work in football too, except replacing body checks with diving. Keep up the good work. I don't know about football, but ice hockey sounds pretty cool. The thing is, I don't think I'd be willing to buy a sports game if it was just one game. You know, like Wii Sports has got 5 different sports on it. I don't think...
Yeah, I feel the same now, because at the end of the day, it's not the graphics that matter, it's actual gameplay. And Wii Sports actually showed that, because if we had that, but a lot more fleshed out, but with the same graphics, I'd love it.
Yeah, so like...
So, if they have a sequel, I don't want it to be better graphics.
Well, the thing is they can't, because the Mii's aren't better graphics, are they?
Yeah, it would look out of place. It's like I don't know if you've seen Gran Turismo on the PS3. The cars look really real, and then the background the cars look too shiny, and the background looks like a photo. It looks out of place. It's jarring. It looks like Mode 7 graphics, like on the SNES, like a Mario Kart. You know when you turn,
yeah,
and it's like the background rotates.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
almost like that. It's like it's rotating around you. It's a bit weird.
Sounds a bit crap, but yeah. Okay. Release dates. Here we go. Same as always, but I'm going to read them in case you just started listening. 19th of January, Tennis DS for the DS. 26th of January, Action Loop for the DS. Charlotte's Web, Freedom Wings for the DS, and Star Fox Command for the DS, as well as Impossible Mission for the Wii. 2nd of February, Arthur and the Invisibles, Contact, March of the Penguins, New Zealand Story Revolution, Uno Skipboat, Uno Freefall, all for the DS. 9th of February, we've got Avatar, The Legend of Aang for the Wii and DS, Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, Biker Mice from Mars, Cartoon Network Grand Prix, Disney's Kim Possible Global, Garfield's Nightmare, Impossible Mission, oh dear, A Magical Star Sign, all for the DS, as well as Barnyard for the Wii. And on the 16th of February, we've got Excite Truck for the Wii, Lionel Trains on Track, and Mario Slam Basketball for the DS, as well as, on the 23rd of February, we've got Koro Rimpa for the Wii. Koro Rimpa, okay.
I'm disappointed with Korinpa. I really wanted to get it.
But
I've read the review, and I hear it's only like 50 levels, and they're like 30 seconds long.
Oh, well, Manny, poor you. And seeing as we've already talked about the Virtual Console a bit, and I haven't been able to get hold of them, we haven't got Virtual Console releases for this week. So, sorry. But apart from that, all's good. Been a pretty good podcast, hasn't it, this week, Manny? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, not too bad considering there's only two of us.
Yeah, I think the discussion was.
And I'm tired.
And I'm hungry. I really want my pasta.
Oh, I'm starving.
Yeah, okay.
Cheese cob.
Cheese cob for the win.
Oh, yes.
Right. Community outlet, here we go. Remember to email us at WiiDSpodcast@gmail.com. That is WiiDSpodcast@gmail.com. With all of your thoughts about the show and the host, as well as any suggestions you think could make the show better. There's one thing that myself and the other hosts are struggling to come up with, and that is quick things about at the start of the show. Those things like, I know, it isn't a show about. If you can come up with a good one on those, blah, blah, yeah, you know the drill. So send us emails about anything and everything apart from viruses. Thank you. Okay. Also, be sure to check out our MySpace at www.myspace.com/the WiiDS Podcast to add us and see what we're really like. And after a painstaking 7 weeks, the WiiDS forums are finally up, as you probably already know. You can go check them out at www.WiiDSforum.com. Sign up and join the community when the hosting is back up and the forum is back online. And as well as that, we are currently working on getting a Frapper map set up so we can see where all you guys and girls live. That sounds wrong, but we don't mean it like that. As well as get some of the cool community stuff like websites, stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good. I need to stop saying that. Okay. Manny, that's it for this week's show.
Wait, I think I'm finding the Virtual Console stuff.
Bit late, as usual, but go on.
That's me. Because I emailed someone about it, but I can't find the email. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna find it, so just leave it.
Okay.
I'll email everyone who's on the email list anyway.
No, don't bother. We'll just miss it. Don't matter. People aren't really ever even bothered. Okay. Brilliant.
Basically, I know Streets of Rage is coming.
What, this week?
For the Mega Drive. I think this week. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
On Monday.
So, email us, sign up on the forums, sign up, add us to MySpace, everything. Please, just do that. We've got over 210 listeners now, so we expect emails and stuff like that. Okay. From me, Ben.
Me, Manny.
See you, people.
See ya.
Okay, so the forums got set up last week, as you know, and one of the first posts to be posted was this website where our podcast is hosted, and they were saying how the website had sped it up times 100. So we decided that we were going to put the sped up version of the thing on the end of the podcast. So yeah, here it is in all its glory. It's 20 minutes long, I think. So listen through it. It's funny at times, very funny. So hope you enjoy it. See you, people.
Nintendo news stories. Time Awards Wii Sports Game of the Year. New Ubisoft titles have been revealed. US Wii sales exceed expectations, and a boy is killed by his Game Boy. Wii Sports have been named Time Magazine's top video game of the year, fending off competition from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Rockstar Table Tennis, and the Xbox 360's highly successful Gears of War. The article said, there is no possible way to say this enough times. Great graphics don't make great games. It's hilarious, and it shows off the power of the motion-sensitive Wii controller to put you right in the game, sweating and yelling, and trying crazy spins, lunges, and angles. The tennis game alone is worth the price of admission. The game was not bundled with the console in Japan, and because of this, it was the best-selling Wii launch title in the country, ahead of UK sellout The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Ubisoft's Spanish offices has revealed a handful of new Wii projects, including an installment in the Brothers in Arms series. Currently titled Brothers in Arms D-Day, this first-person shooter is likely to be a port of the PSP version of the same name. Also announced was Cosmic Family, a portable PC franchise that offers early learning, humour and music for 4 to 7-year-olds and their parents, and Spelling Spree, which is predicted to be based on spelling and vocabulary challenges. There are rumours that Driver Parallel Lines is included in this lineup, but nothing has been confirmed. American news network CNBC reports that the Wii has sold in excess of 1.8 million units. This exceeds previous estimates from industry analyst Lazard Capital, who predicted Nintendo's new generation console would sell up to 1.2 million units by the end of December. Colin Sebastian from the firm said, our checks indicate that Nintendo's Wii console continues to sell well, while Sony's PS3 supplies improved somewhat toward the end of the holiday period. By comparison, the PlayStation 3 has only sold 700,000 units. And finally, breaking news this morning reports that a 7-year-old boy has been killed in Thailand. Connor O'Keefe was electrocuted while unplugging the charger for the Game Boy he received for Christmas. Connor's mother, Kathleen Curry, has said that she is devastated and that there should be some warning about the different electrical currents abroad, as this would not have happened in England. And that's the news for January 5th, 2007 edition of WiiDS. Back to the show.
Okay, thanks for that, James. That last bit of news was a bit sad. I don't know how to word it, but, a poor kid. Come on, man, help me here. I'm trying to feel for him. No, I'll mute your mic.
Yeah, it's a freak accident, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happened? I haven't heard the story.
Oh, sorry, yeah. He was unplugging his Game Boy. I don't know, what Game Boy was this? I mean, surely it wasn't a big brick Game Boy.
No, it can't be.
Okay, well, let's just say it's a Game Boy Micro, I'm assuming it is. Oh, the Game Boy SD, whatever. He was unplugging it from one of his chargers while he was on holiday in Thailand. And, he electrocuted him somehow. I don't know exactly.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Yeah. And, yeah, like, all the newspapers, they're all like, blaming it on, well, not blaming it on Nintendo, but they're basically putting in their headlines, like, boy killed by Game Boy, and, Game Boy kills young kids, stuff like that, and it's kind of a bit, because we don't know, well, this is what happened, we don't know whether it was because it was wet from, like, going in the swimming pool, or because of the different currents and stuff, because, brought all the different currents, so, we don't know the full details. Yeah, it's just a little bit sad.
Our condolences go to the O'Keefe family.
Yeah. That's the start of the show, so, announcements this week, moving on, high into the happiness of something. We've already reached an average total of 150 listeners, and considering we've only been going, like, what, 7 weeks now, that's a fair amount. The only problem is we've only received about 10 emails off the individual people. This isn't good. I mean, considering we've got 150 listeners now, I mean, come on. We don't need emails, obviously, but we like to receive emails, we like to hear from you guys, and, just
Don't be shy.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're not going to bite your head off, and we always reply, like, personally to the emails, we don't use an automated system, so, and we always reply, there's no, like, you will get a reply from us, and there's a very good chance that we'll be read out on the show, so, this is our plea to you. Every single listener we've got, who hasn't emailed so far to the show, is to email us, okay? I don't care how long or short the email is, how, what he says in it, for all I care, you can say, absolutely hate you, son of a bitches, go to hell. Yeah, at least it's an email, at least it's like, not all people like it. But yeah, emails whatever you like, and we're very grateful, so that's our plea to you this week.
I mean, who doesn't want to tell a Nintendo about this?
Exactly. And yeah, without you, there would be no show. Exactly. So, yeah, that's our announcements for this week. Any others, Manny?
No, not again this week. I can't get on this week.
Well, you don't have to have one, I'm just saying it. Right.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so on to our main discussion. And this week we thought, since it's coming out next week, we're going to talk about the micro game madness that is Warioware Smooth Moves. That's coming out for the Wii on the 12th of January. So we're going to talk about a few things, and then give it an overall predicted rating. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, what micro games do we think it's going to feature? And then we're going to talk about, any special ones that fully utilise the Wii Mote, that we wouldn't have imagined, that it could do. Will it be more difficult to play than previous Warioware titles, because it's hard to adjust the Wii Mote in between each game, so like position that you're holding it, and, will it slow down the game to allow for sufficient instructions, which will of course detract from the Warioware madness. So, first of all, what micro games do you think this game's going to feature that haven't been seen in previous games?
The retro ones, 9-volt and 18-volt, I think they're called, are actually like, they look awesome. If you've seen like the 5-minute Warioware preview video, they're all bits from old games. So you've got the one, this is a great one guys, you'll love it if you played Ocarina of Time where Link's holding the Master Sword and pulling it out of the pedestal.
You know, I could have bet my entire life that you were going to say that. I assumed that you were going to say about that Ocarina of Time, which is extremely cool, yeah, you like pull the sword out. Another cool one's the Animal Crossing one where there's the fishing. You have to, what else is it? The Mario one where you have to like flip the controller up to make him jump.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's the Star Fox boss. Well,
oh yeah,
first level in Star Fox, you play that level up with the Wii Electro.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Which is going to be nostalgia heaven.
Yeah, but they're ones we've already seen. I mean, ones that we haven't heard of yet. What do we think it's going to, feature? I mean, surely there must be some that no one could ever think of, but the crazy Warioware people. Yeah, like.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of like Wii Sporty ones, as in like there's some guy with a baseball bat and that would be such a good idea, like a Wii Sport tennis, like a ball's just coming towards you, you have to hit it. That would be the best idea I can think of.
Yeah, it would. I mean, I don't know because I've only ever played the DS Warioware Touch, but just some of the things that they come out with, I mean, like it's completely random. And Manny, in case people don't know, don't explain how they like sort of create Warioware games at the studio.
Yeah, what they do is they have like a certain number of people in the development team. So say they have like 8 people who are core designers of the actual mini games, and the project manager would say like, okay, you go away, make some mini games, like not based on anything, but they'll just say you go make mini games, you go make mini games, you go make mini games, and they'll just come up with like 7 or 8 mini games, and then they'll come back and they'll look at each other's ideas and they choose the best ones and they go into the final game. That's why they look different and have different art styles and different characters and unique charm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's one thing. Do you think there'll be any new characters? Because of course it's a new game, and I think
18 volt was introduced in the Warioware Touch for the DS, so do you think there's going to be any other new, companions, sort of thing? Well, I don't know, they might change some companions, but I don't know if the Wii, because some of the Wii, like with the DS, like each companion person had like their own style of minigames. You'd have like microphone ones, turning ones, dragging things. I don't know if it'll be like that on the Wii. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's sort of, it is, I think it is like that. Is it? And there's mixes as well, yeah. I think they're keeping that kind of, gameplay design. Well, yeah, but hold on, wait, listen. That sort of leads us into, will it be more difficult to play? Well, if you're doing it like that, then no, it won't, because it'll show you how you should hold the Wiimote at the start of the section of games. And of course, you're holding the Wiimote practically the same for each game, so it should sort of make it fairly easy to play, apart from the mixes, obviously. No, because like some of them will be like swinging, and it'll be different kinds of swinging. Well, yeah, I suppose. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Warioware is known for its like 5-minute manic madness, and you get really hyped up while playing it. But if you've got to slow down in between each game to allow for sufficient instructions for how to hold the Wiimote, don't think that'll detract from the experience. No, I think it will, because when I saw the video, that may could have been mid beginning of the end game, but the time, to be honest, wasn't too long. And it seems a long time you're just watching the video, but when you'll have the Wiimote in your hand, you'll be repositioning it. I don't think it will, for me at least. No, it definitely won't, because if you remember the old Warioware games, like, you had a minigame, and once you did that minigame, there'd be like a little animation where like there's Wario chuckling or something for like 2 or 3 seconds. So before you just really would just take your break with that, but now you have to like actually look at what's on the screen, reposition yourself, and then do the next minigame, so it's going to be even more manic than ever. Yeah, I get what you mean. You're constantly thinking. No breaks this time. No. Yeah, so what you're saying is true. Oops, I just dropped the microphone. Well, I haven't dropped the microphone, but never mind, okay. We'll talk a little bit about microgames that it may feature, but any special ones that will utilise the Wiimote to the max, so not just hitting a tennis ball or, ones that really do make it, Wiimote only sort of thing. I mean, the hula hoop one. Yeah, stuff like that. That's so cool. You can hit a tennis ball by pressing A, but you can't do freaking hula hoops by pressing A. You've got to move, and that does look fun. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and the one where you got the broomstick in your hand, you got to balance it. Oh, yeah, that one's really good. It does that. I think that one's going to be a favourite of people's, because, it's been in all the videos and stuff, and it's just something that's so realistic, it just makes it feel like what's actually happening. Yeah, I like the one where you have to, the one where you have to put the grandma's teeth in. Yeah, but that could be done there, I mean, we're talking about ones that utilise the Wiimote's capabilities, max, Well, it does, because you have to move it around in 3D space, and aim for it. Oh, right, I see. I thought you just pushed it forward. No. Has it got the pick your nose one, like it always does? The one you have to... I'm sure it will do, yeah. I think there's a huge, massive nose boss. Just like you. Oh, yeah, and one of the bosses is, like a car game. I've seen, you move the Wiimote like you control an Excite Tracker in the cow racing on. We play, you just hold it outside and steer the car, I think there are obstacles and stuff, and obviously, the further you get in the high scoring, then the harder the boss gets, so I suppose there'll be more things to dodge, and you might drive faster or something, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's also a really cool balloon fight one, which is, do you remember the balloon fight? You played that one? Yeah, I played it, yeah. Where before it was like 2D and you have to tap A and you kind of hover up. If you let go, it kind of just drops and there's obstacles in your way and you're moving through space. But now it's 3D, so now it's going into the screen more like Sonic kind of thing. Oh, cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Different take on the old Nintendo franchise. That's pretty... Yeah, that sounds really... that sounds really cool. So, the bosses, because I haven't liked the bosses. Some of them are easy enough to do, but a lot of them are really difficult, and no, I'd rather just play the game without the bosses. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Some of the bosses in Touched weren't great, like the one we have to get flies and stuff, but that was only a boss. That could have been a minigame, couldn't it? Yeah. But then the one where you actually press the buttons, that one was actually quite good. It was like a side-scrolling shoot where you had to turn the DS on its side, and then you had to shoot, you were like these 2 fingers, and you had to go up the nose, remember? Yes, you went up the nose. And each time you killed one nose and then another nose would appear. I never got bigger and bigger. That one was really good. I really like that one. Yeah, it was on Touch. Wait, is that the one where you get... I know one where you go in the nose and you use the touch screen the whole time. Yeah, that's what I recognise that. With Wario. He's like exploring... No, yeah, that was near the end, but there was one where you turned on the side and you had to shoot. Okay, cool. So, any other thoughts on Warioware before we wrap this up? Oh, no, yes. You guys haven't played Twisted yet, have you? No, what's that like? Is that the one that's for the Game Boy Advance, the Cosmetic, is like, yeah, because of Mercury or something that's inside it. It was supposed to come out here, wasn't it, on the day that we launched, and it didn't happen. It was meant to come out for the last 2 years or something. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it hasn't come out. But it's going to be obsolete, really, once the remake version is out. But yeah, it had loads of minigames, not minigames, you know, get these little kind of prizes. Yeah, like the toys, remember? Yeah, in Touch, you got loads of prizes. You got like, I don't know, how many... Yeah, they were really cool, some of them. How many did you get in Touch? Loads. Well, in this you got like, at least like 300 or 400. It was insane. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Some of them were really cool, some of them weren't. Some of them were like, there was 2 drumsticks and then there's like a drum, a fish and a barrel, and you tilt the Game Boy left to like move the drumstick over the drums and press A, and then tilt it over to the right for the fish, so you'd like be shaking the controller and pressing A to make music. It's pretty cool. And there was also a tilted version of the first few levels in Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers. Oh yeah. Yeah, you tilt the Wiimote to the right and the level scrolls, don't you mean, along, and you have to jump, that is pretty cool. And you had the flag and everything, and then you also had like a Bowser level, the castle. Wow, that sounds, yeah, that sounds. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, so anything else, or we're going to wrap this up and give it a rating? Oh, do you think they'll, you're saying like, they have all these different characters, do you think they'll make Army one of the characters? That would be, the thing is, for start the characters in Warioware 2D, they're all like cartoony 2D, but that would be cool, That would be quite interesting, yeah. They could just make it look 2D. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, so, we're going to wrap it up now, Manny, or have you got anything else to add? No, so it's not very good. Okay, so, my predicted rating for this is, what we're going to do is do a review next week, and then give it our finalised score sort of thing. Or I will at least, because I'll have bought the game, but yeah. My predicted rating for this is 88%. Manny? I give it about 80%. Okay, Tom? 85. Okay, cool. So better be good, otherwise we waste everyone's money. Yeah. The thing about Warioware is it's loads of fun. It's like the most fun you can have with a game, but it only lasts for a little time. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, because the other other one didn't have multiplayer on the DS, and it was quite fun if you like left it for a couple of weeks and went back. But with multiplayer, this one could be like the first party game really, apart from Wii Sports. But I don't really find that as like a party game. But it's the first party game to come out for. No, yeah, but it is also like the first multiplayer Warioware game apart from the GameCube one, because they made the Game Boy one, but they remade it for the GameCube. I don't know if any of you bought it. I did. No. And the multiplayer games are really cool. And they're lots of fun. Even though you're just pushing A, so this is going to be like 100 times better. Oh, alright. You know it came out on GameCube, right? Oh, whoa. Did you know we're getting Warioware before America? No, I didn't know that. Whoa, that's no way. I'm serious. Oh my god, we're actually getting a game before freaking America. They were looking forward to replay for some reason. Oh yeah. It's awful. Yeah. The only good game is the point generate. It's fun the first 4 times, so it's boring. Billiards is quite good. No, table tennis. Multiplayer is awesome. No, table tennis is crap. Table tennis is awesome. There's no way. Billiards are the only good thing on there. Can you do 100 rallies? I've only done multiplayer with it. Try and do 100 rallies. I haven't got the game. No, I think the shooting one is good. The shooting gallery. And hold on. I forgot. Oh, the Find Me one. Find Me one. I like that one as well. That's good. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, but it's not when John Locke sends you forward the same moves. Yes, that is very annoying. Yeah. Thank God I got a new Wii. I just erased his graphic characters. If you want to buy this game, if you live in the European Union, or just Europe anywhere I suppose, it comes out on the 12th of January, so Friday. If you live in the United States, it comes out on Monday the 15th of January. And if you live in Australia and I guess New Zealand too, it comes out on the 25th of January. So we're actually getting it first, apart from Japan, because they got it on launch, so that's pretty good, I think. Yeah, that is very... So we're playing it next Friday. We're playing it next Friday, aren't we? Wow. Now I need to go and find £40. Although I am more looking forward to World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, but yeah. That's just reminded me. Going back to the email thing, if you play World of Warcraft, I'm going to list a series of things now, and I want you to email us, as well as on top of giving us feedback, if you listen or play any of these following things. So, if you listen to Lost, 24, Heroes, Prison Break, and that's it. Yeah. If you watch any of those, then send us an email tell us what you think of the show, etc. of what I've just listed. So that's Lost, Heroes, 24, and Prison Break. And also, if you play World of Warcraft, then also send us an email telling us what server you're on and stuff like that, because I want to hear stuff like that from you, because we're sad. Okay, so yeah, also, yeah, well, I'm like a bit tired. Yeah, so that's it for our main discussion this week. We enjoyed it. It was a bit short, I thought, a bit empty, but we were still going to have stuff to talk about, so. There's not much going on in the world of Nintendo. I mean, we haven't played or seen that much of the game, so. Yeah. In a few weeks' time, we're going to do a Super Mario Galaxy discussion, but that'll be fun. In a few weeks' time, not straight away. And, yeah, that's that, so. Look forward to main discussions in the future, and we hope you enjoyed this one. No updates this week, were there, for the Wii interface? No, as far as I can tell. Yeah, disappointed. Yeah, but, yeah, that's that. Okay, let's get to fan mail then, seeing as we want for everything else. Okay, here we go. Everyone ready for the fan mail? You're not really fans, they just listen to the show, but we call it fan mail anyway. Okay. Right, our first fan mail is from Simon question mark. Please send us your second name and where you live so we can, identify you properly, because Simon, you could be anyone, you know? Okay, so he says, Happy New Year, Weeds. You've got a good podcast and I hope you continue with it. Over Christmas, we managed to break a few bubbles as we were playing Wii tennis, and my daughter had managed to hit her knee really hard, which she was having so much fun playing she didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I still haven't received my component cables and I'm worried about my new plasma TV. As when my 5-year-old nephew was playing, his Wiimote flew out of his hand and just missed the screen. I also watch Heroes and can't wait till it comes back on, which I will use very soon. There was a Heroes podcast I was listening to, but I sometimes wondered whether they'd watched it or not, as they didn't seem to know what was going on half the time. I downloaded your show off iTunes and hope to hear your latest episode soon. So thanks for that, Simon. Glad you watch Heroes. It's a great show, isn't it, Manny? Oh, it's awesome. Indeed, yeah. It's getting better and better. Yeah. Very addictive stuff there. It should be starting again in, I'm not sure, I think January or February, I'm not certain. Is it a new season? No, it just had a break, like Lost did. Like 20, oh yeah. 24 sometimes, I think it doesn't. 24 doesn't anymore, because they put 4 on in the first 2 days. Oh, okay then. Instead. Right, okay, here we go. Right. Second fan mail is from Niall question mark. Send us your full name and where you live so we can give you a proper thingy. So, Niall, whoever you are. It says, Hello Weeds, I'm Niall, and I only started listening to your show a week ago. I didn't even know there was an old show. Well, I just wanted to say you have a great show and cool nicknames. Do you think you could think of one for me? Well, this is easy, Niall. Your nickname is Nintendo Niall, or Ninty Niall, or Niall the Nintendo Nonce, or something like that. So yeah, that's your Weeds nickname. So, the man, what do you think of that nickname then? It comes BRB. Yeah, it is. So, I didn't hear that. Go, what did you say? Okay, I said, did you hear his nickname? No. Okay, it doesn't matter, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Let's tell me. Right, okay, his nickname is Niall the Nintendo Nonce, or Nintendo Niall, or something like that, something, because his name's Niall and he wanted a nickname thinking of. Oh, okay, we'll think of one. Wait, I just thought of one. Which one did you think of? Nintendo Niall, or Ninty Niall, or Niall the Nintendo Nonce, something like that. Yeah, Niall the Nintendo Nonce. Okay, that's your official Weeds nickname, as approved by Manny the Man. Okay, yeah. So our final fan mail this week is from James Shields, who I believe is from the UK, I'm not sure though. And he says, Hey there Weeds, the first thing I have to say is that I'm loving the podcast. The first episode seemed a bit rubbish, but now it's completely picked up and it's an excellent podcast. My brother got a Wii on Christmas Day, and I've been addicted to it ever since, although my sixth form homework has not seen the light of day. Well. One thing I would like to say is that I feel on Twilight Princess the game seems just a little bit too easy. Just wonder what you guys thought about this. Keep up the good work, I look forward to your show every week. With regards, James. What do you think about that then, Manny? Is thingy too easy, Twilight Princess? It's not too easy, it's just that it's such a good game, you just play so much that it's over too quickly for you. The bosses are easy. The bosses are really easy. I don't like hard bosses. No, I don't either. I'd rather when you've been touring for a dungeon and then you have this hard boss that takes you about an hour, you just give up. No, I don't know, I just prefer it. That came out with 4 hearts instead of 12. I know it sounds silly, but they just don't seem to do much damage or attack you very often. Well, I think the final boss that made up for it all. No, but Tom, listen. You always come out of the dungeon with your full hearts because you pick up a heart container. Good point, yeah. Yeah, no, I'd much rather have easy bosses that are really, really fun to play. I mean, the spinner one in the 4th dungeon and the third one in the water dungeon. They were just amazing bosses. I can't express how much, how fun they were. And I'd much rather have... I won't spoil it, but the Sky Dungeon boss is just so good. Yeah. It's just epic. It's like violins and stuff. It's just so good. Wait till you get. Okay, so that's our opinions on that, James. Okay. Moving swiftly on, we've got release dates now, and that list has not shrunk by much, so still a lot to get through. Okay, release dates. Here we go. 12th of January, Bionicle Heroes, Children of Mana for the DS, Far Cry Vengeance, Warioware Smooth for the Wii, and the Far Cry one has been changed. It's now come out today, didn't it? Came out today? Yeah, Far Cry was released today on DS, Far Cry Vengeance. Oh, yesterday. I mean, we yesterday. Okay, 19th of January, we've got Tennis Action Loop, Charlotte's Web, Freedom Wings, and Star Fox Command for the DS, and Impossible Mission for the Wii. On the 2nd of February, we've got Arthur and the Invisibles, Contact, March of the Penguins, New Zealand Story Revolution, Uno Skipboat, Uno Freefall, all for the DS. And on the 9th of February, we've got Avatar, The Legend of Aang for the Wii and DS, Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses, Black Mice from Mars, Cartoon Network Grand Prix, Disney's Kim Possible Global, Garfield's Nightmare, Impossible Mission, all for the DS, and Barnyard for the Wii. Some of the games are a bit crap, but never mind.
How many times is Barnyard going to come out for different consoles? It's on every console.
Yeah, it's a thingy, isn't it? It's a film game, so, you know. That's just how it is. Okay. Yeah, that's the release date. Virtual Console. Okay, can we have a drum roll, please? Okay, that's enough drum roll. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're ready for this. This is, if you haven't already heard this is going to blow your socks off. Yeah, this is going to rock your multicolored socks. Here we go. Virtual Console releases this week. For the NES, we have Super Mario Bros. Brothers, whatever you want to call it. The original NES classic. That's finally come to the European Virtual Console. I don't know about the American one. And also for the Turbo graphics, we've got... It came out in America on Christmas Day.
Yeah, they got it for Christmas. I don't know why we didn't get it for Christmas. Apparently Christmas is their second Friday.
Okay, our second Friday. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and also Turbo graphics, we have Moto Roader. Okay, so that's the Virtual Console. So yeah, wow, it's a short podcast this week. Oh my god. Our discussion wasn't very big and very long, was it? But people don't always want a long show, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about before we end the show?
Nothing really, is there? It's got a good, Nintendo.co.uk confirmed some European launch dates, like definite days and definite months. That's what I was about to say, I'm looking at it now. Warioware is obviously the 12th. Star Fox Command coming out January 26th. Children of Mana for DS January 12th.
I've said all these, what the hell?
Excite Track is coming out February 16th.
I haven't got around to that one, mate.
And Coin Club, which I'm really looking forward to, is coming February 23rd. It's a Japanese monkey ball, basically.
Okay then.
But what's worrying is there's no date, and they're not put in the quarter one. We haven't heard Mario Party 8, and it's not even listed in things that are coming in 2007, and that's meant to be coming quarter one. They might just not put it in there. We also haven't, there's something else I think, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl I thought was missing.
They're not coming out until end of like this year, I don't think now.
And why the hell do we not have release dates for Big Brain Academy, Battalion Wars, and Mario Strikers? Even though we saw those all at E3. Well, after E3.
They're not coming in the first quarter, and they don't want us to know before then. They're going to come in the second quarter, I think.
Phantom Hourglass.
April,
October or December. Oh my god.
I'm going to be getting that the day from Zell, screw that.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I'm getting imported it, screw that, I'm importing it. So, expect an import review.
I'm actually running a Zelda with like remake graphics now.
Yeah, I feel like we need a break, don't we?
Yeah, it's true.
The thing is, this is going to be like top down, but 3D Zelda, so it's going to have all the elements of a top down one, but with, 3D.
Yeah. Well, you can write on the map. That's just the best.
Yeah,
if you're a Nintendo VIP at Nintendo.co.uk, or if you're a European and you go on NintendoEurope.com, and you've registered your Wii, or your DS, whichever console, or your GameCube,
I was expecting it the other way around, but it turns out that you get points when you're with the, on the Europe, like, sort of thing. And yeah, that comes as if you registered. You get, for every Virtual Console thing you download, or Wii Shop thing you download, you get points on your account. I was expecting it the other way around, where your points would be Virtual Console points. But it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, you're going to be able to convert at some point, so,
Are you sure?
Yeah, they confirmed it in an email. They sent me an email before we came out about it.
Oh.
What, so all our points will be turned into Virtual Console points? Yeah. No, but it won't really be a, you've got 5,000 Nintendo points, and then that means you get 5,000 Wii points. It won't be like that. They'll make a transfer rate or something, you know, they want to, every company does it. So I've heard it's 1 to 4, but no one knows. So, but if you buy a Virtual Console game or downloading the internet channel, it says, I will be getting my stars soon for those. They need to set up a server or something for it, so if you do that, you'll be getting it soon. But that's only if you register your Club Nintendo or Nintendo VIP account with your Wii on the shop channel.
Yeah.
And that's only for Europeans, obviously.
Right.
I want to ask you guys something. Have any of you bought N64 game yet?
No.
Okay, because I wasn't sure how much space it takes on your Wii.
Oh, and also one has right. Peter Chan, we want you to email us with how much approximate space it takes to run your Wii. Thank you. That's all we need from you, Peter Chan. Thank you.
No, but sorry, I meant to say this earlier, but I didn't say it in the end. WiiWare Smooth Moves, they've got a playtest in there, which came out yesterday, so if you haven't logged in recently, give it a check. They've got a WiiWare playtest that you can read through and see if you want to buy this game.
Great. Okay. Right.
Are you any of you going to get Mario Kart 64 when that comes out?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you
It's
like
one of my favourite games of all time. I've never played Mario Party before.
Mario Kart.
Alright. No, I can't stand it. I really can't stand it.
It's like,
Yeah, the characters are good. The steering is terrible, and
it's realistic.
the characters are 2D for God's sake. What the hell? Everything else is 3D, and the characters are 2D. That's just pathetic. Sorry, but... No, I'm not getting it, so that's that. Okay.
I'm going to say it's Wario Stadium. Oh yeah, and the one with all, they had all like the jumps and stuff on tracks, like, you know, the big red things and you go flying. Oh, the Cooper Beach level. That was cool. They were all awesome. And they've got 2 snow they levels. originated. Yeah, it has some very good tracks on it.
Well, you know, we'll have to see. Okay, we don't need to, but we're just sort of droning on here, and I'm sure people don't want to listen to us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set up a new segment. It's called the Community Outlet. And it's basically where we stick all our email and MySpace and shit like that. So, remember to email us at WiiDS Podcast at gmail.com. That is WiiDS Podcast at gmail.com. With all your thoughts about the show and the host, as well as any suggestions you think could make the show better. There's one thing that myself and the host are struggling to come up with, and that's the quick things at the start of the show. So, at the start of this one, we had the Bill and Ben thing. You know, I know it is my show about. We need some of those emailing to us. So, if you can come up with a good one of those, we'll fully credit you on it at the start of the show. So, it'll be like, yeah. Because I can't think of any more, and if anyone else can, no matter how, as long as it's got something to do with weeds, no matter how obsolete, you know, send it us in, because we'd really appreciate it. Okay, also be sure to check out our MySpace at www.myspace.com/the WiiDS Podcast, to add us and see what we're really like in real life. Sad, but never mind.
You know the weekend, they're doing a Weekend 24 update thing today. Any updates? Well, there really wasn't any.
Yeah, we know.
We said that. But you were checking out that org thing, weren't you, Ben?
Oh yeah, actually,
to tell them about that.
If you haven't heard of this already, this is a program you can get for your computer called org, and it basically, it's not, don't worry, it's not like spyware or viruses or anything, it basically goes into your, it doesn't go into your files, it sort of, how does it do it, man? How would you say it?
Streams it. It streams content to your PC and through the internet to any other internet connected device.
Yeah, to any other internet, so anything, well, mostly anything. So, like I could access any sort of media on computer, on my computer, without sending it. So if I wanted to see a document really quickly, I just sign into his Orb account, and then view it just like that. And, if you use this with the Wii, crafty, you can't play AVI files, which is a bit of a disappointment, because most downloaded movies are like in that format, and stuff like that. But you can play most MP3s, they play. I think the picture format isn't JPEG, because none of my JPEG showed up on it. I think it's probably bitmap or something like that. But, well, the company that make it definitely working on it, because they've actually made a Wii-specific interface. So I went on it, and it's like not like the website one. It's really basic, but it gets the job done. It's not like all cluttered with unneeded stuff. It's just got what you need there, which is different to the website, which must mean it's Wii friendly, or like maybe phone friendly as well, stuff like that. It really shows how much the Wii is having an impact on the market. Yeah, people making websites. And the quality of it is really good. I mean, it's got this thing. This is so creepy. I was on my Wii. Well, I was on this other thing on my Wii, and I was watching myself on my webcam on my Wii, because it somehow streamed my webcam from my computer to the Wii and to my TV. So I was watching myself on a 32-inch TV, like talking to Manny, and it was really rather weird. But it's so cool, and I hope we do sort of get better at it in the future and have more file versions and stuff like that. So get with it all, because it's a really good little program, and it just helps if you haven't got a picture-in-picture computer link up to your TV. So basically, it's like having iTunes downstairs on the TV. Yeah, it's always upstairs. Alright, okay, I've got one more thing. We had just before we started recording the show, we had like this freak thing happen. We will be getting forums set up within literally a day or so. Now, I'm not going to give the address out yet because it's not finalised and nothing's set up properly, but we will be getting forums out in a day. So check on www.thewidspodcast.com, and there will be a text block up there that you can get the link and go and sign up on the forums. Now, we've got 150 members, so we expect to see at least 150 members signed up on the forums. Because, trust me, our forums, we had some Nintendo ones, we had about 10, 12 people frequently posting, and it was good, it was good content, it wasn't just some crappy forums. They were, in the day they were pretty busy actually. Yeah, exactly. So we want as many sign-ups as possible, so get there when we get it set up. So yeah, we'll also be getting a proper website up as soon as we get hosting and stuff like that. So you've got some stuff to look forward to, people. And that's about it, isn't it, I would say? This week? I think it is. It shouldn't drag on any longer. Okay, so, from me, Ben. Me, Manny. Me, Tom. See you, people. Ciao. Bye.